I personally like to intermittent fast, which means I just eat in a smaller window. Usually I don't eat for about 16 hours. And when I come out of the fast, I like to have something lighter. So one of the options I like is almond butter. And I used to just have a scoopful, but now I like to add something like celery, trying to get those vegetables in. Yeah, let's do it. Breaking my fast today with some cooking from Coach Jenny's mom. Thank you. It's a egg pancake and it has vegetables in it.
Tell us what happened since you and I met last.
Yeah, it's funny because right after we met, my life actually went through a lot of more like stressful things. But the one thing I did focus on was my plate. I found that just focusing on eating the quality helped because like my body felt good. So my head, I was all stressed and I was upset, but at least my stomach wasn't hurting. Like I found that if I just had, one night I just had chicken and beets and yams, and I just had like really colorful plate, and I was not feeling really good. I was kind of depressed because of the other stuff, but then I'm like, oh, well, my body feels good. And then I trained, and then I found that I felt better.
Do you feel guilt when you eat?
Not anymore. I remember a point when I did, like very shameful, and probably because when you've been heavier your whole life, like in your family, they can make that a focus, so it was always like I would be on honor roll or something, but then, it would always fall back on my weight. Yeah, there was some guilt and shame before, but then now it's not really guilt and shame. It's just like I'm scared. It's more of like a fear. It's like I'm scared I'm gonna get re-addicted to it, like kind of things.
You're changing a lifelong relationship that you've had with food. I think what's important is for you to remember and remind yourself that this is a relationship that you've had with food for so many years, and that it's going to take time to build that trust again and know that you shouldn't feel guilty, and this is a very natural part of living is eating, and you need to. And I don't think you should feel that shame. I think you should trust yourself and know that you're taking care of your body, and that it's going to take time, and consistency is really important.
If you look at this food list that I'll send, you can look through the different categories and you can circle foods that you might be willing to try. And from that, you can generate a shopping list, a grocery shopping list that says, when I go to the market this next time, when I go to the produce section, I am going to get my beets. This is me speaking for you. But wow, I wonder what that romaine lettuce is, or wonder what bok choy is. It sort of broadens your expansive choices.
I think the list will help because then I can, like you said, just circle the things I like and I know how to prepare them. I guess it's just lazy. It's just pure laziness, honestly.
And I was actually going to recommend something else as well. It kind of works for me. So sometimes I have a meal and I'm like, this is a great meal. I love this. This is so good. And it's good for me. And I'm full. So I'll write it down, and when I am getting to that point where I'm like, I'm so hungry, I'll go back to that list of meals that I have. Like, let's say I'll have as a snack, like a Greek yogurt with strawberries and walnuts. That's not the first thing that'll come to my mind when I'm like, hey, I'm hungry. I'd much easier to be like, give me that bagel. And then I'll go to that list. I'm like, oh, Greek yogurt, strawberries, walnuts. I can do something like this. I can pull something like this together, and so I think that's helpful because I get the same way. I'll like kind of put off eating, and then I get to that point where I'm like, I'm hungry now. Let's see what is available, and what's the closest and fastest and easiest thing, which usually is, either like a candy bar or like a bagel or something, and so then I'll say, you know what, no, let me take a look at my list and see what's on here, and then I'll go and I'll have that, because being prepared is it's so important when you're trying to reach a goal. I really wish you the best of luck. I think what you're doing is amazing. And I think you've made such great progress, and I think you're just going to keep going in the right direction. And I'm here to support you in any way. I'm on Instagram. You can find me, you can message me, you can email me. I'll send you my number. You can text me anytime, honestly. I'm in this with you. I want you to know I feel like I'm part of your journey, and I want to support you whatever way possible.